the Chileans have decided to just completely reject progressivism, which is a
Pretty
reason to
based.
celebrate, I feel. I'm not a Chilean. I don't speak Spanish. If I get anything wrong, let us know in the comments. Yeah,
I'm a fan of helicopters, though.
yeah, you lovely fans of Pinochet down there. I mean, that seems to be, just from an outside perspective, we're looking at anything from Chile, you're just like, right, so there's two camps in Chilean politics. People who have Pinochet body pillows and people who have Fidel Castro body pillows. And that's it. So,
But who outnumbers who?
thankfully, the Pinochet guys, because they're any more communism, that's for sure. We'll just start off by mentioning here being Konstantin Kisin's An Immigrant's Love Letter to the West. Him being from someone who's outside of the West, came to the West, and was like, hey, you guys have these neat things. Maybe you should take care of them. And they're not communism. And instead, the progressives in Chile are trying to institute the leftist stuff there. So we'll have a look at it, shall we? Because if we start off, here's the Guardian article. Ready for votes. It's going to be so good. Vote on the world's most progressive constitution begins in Chile.
Ooh, what's in this progressive constitution?
I don't know, but it's going to be great because they say in here, Chileans head to the polls on Sunday to either approve or reject what has been described as the world's most progressive constitution, which would replace the 1980 document drawn up by Augusto Pinochet himself.
Ooh, no. Does this new constitution, does it hand out free hormones for trans babies? Is that how progressive we're talking right now?
Well, no, because the Guardian don't tell us.
Oh, okay, all right.
Instead, they have a quote from David Landau, a law professor at Florida State University. Okay. He says it's a good constitution. Oh, good. I'm for good things. I like good things too.
Oh, the bad things, they're bad though. Ooh.
He writes in here, there's nothing that radical in there. It reflects the trends in modern constitutionalism with a handful of innovative clauses. All right, yeah, good. I'm for good things, so what could go wrong? Because we go to the next one here. We have international leftists who are very happy about this. Oh, we're going to destroy Pinochet's legacy. Get
Oh
rid of
no,
his
look,
old-
we're dusting him. Oh, just like Thanos. Ooh.
Yeah, we have some Italian socialist over here. And if we go to the next one, we have Navarra Media, who are also very excited. If you can load up that link, please, John. There's Navarra Media in there, who are also very happy to say that the Chilean constitution would be the final nail in the coffin for neoliberalism. Because, neoliberalism or communism, which one's worse? Pick your poison.
I'm not a fan of neoliberalism,
But
but
definitely better than commies.
I can still eat
Yeah.
for now, I suppose.
So there you have it. And then we waited for the results, and I suppose we're going to watch a clip, but what it is, just to mention first, we see the predicted results, just like Brexit, and then we see the actual results, just like Brexit. Let's play. 61%, 62% against.
Oh, yeah. So close.
I got that for the Chilean Reddit page, where they're all crying about this. That meme there.
I hope so. So the ones voting in favour were just under 37%, and against that's quite a stark.
L, take the L. Anyway, oh no, like what could be wrong? Why would the Constitution that's good for good things have been rejected?
It said it's for the people, and yet the people voted against it. Do the people not like the people?
I must be. And if we go to the next one here, we can see
Filthy populists.
typical left-wing response here. Chile has just rejected its new plurinational. It's the idea that you have indigenous people, as they refer to them, have their own nations within Chile. Madness. But
I just assume if you say plurinational, that just means open borders.
yeah, this continues the legacy of Pinochet and settler colonialism. It's like, oh no. And yet everyone voted for it. In fact, he writes in here the map. Again, I'm going to butcher these names, but what am I going to do?
Mapuches?
The Mapuches were colonized in the 1883, blah, 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 commie nonsense, who cares? Like, literally just here's a history tale of oppressors and oppressed, as you would expect. Except when we actually go and check out the locals, if you go to the next one here, the local Mapuche people voted against it too. Even higher than the average Chilean by the looks of it.
Like, do you know how bad it was here before the colonizers got here, guys?
Chilean's leftist constitution was rejected 74% in the heartland of the indigenous Mapuche people, for whose benefit it was supposedly written. The left will scream false consciousness. They certainly will. It's like, well, they just don't understand. It's like, oh, that's pretty racist. But anyway, because if we move forward, we can just enjoy more of the responses out of this, which are funny as heck. Of course, you have some Cuban-loving commie here. Disappointing to see Pinochet's legacy prevailing in Chile. For now. Forever. You failed. As the constitution that solidified neoliberalism stays in place, with a lovely picture of some people who are going, oh no, I wanted the good things. Oh, Damn.
That man is obviously terrified. He's like, I've got my hands up. Please don't throw the bad things at me.
What will happen now without the good things in the Constitution? Well, I guess life will go on. It's because the Constitution they proposed was full of S. I know you're shocked. I am also truly shocked that a bunch of leftists and progressives came up with the worst idea in probably constitutional history.
Are we eventually going to find out what was in the Constitution?
Right now.
Oh, excellent.
This is NPR reporting. They actually give you the details, in which they say it's a very traditionally conservative country, Chile.
What a surprise.
Married couples couldn't get divorced in Chile until 2004, and everything's been downhill since. Many voters considered the new constitution a bit too liberal. They write, it was written by an elected special assembly dominated by leftists and progressives, while only about 1/3 of the 155 delegates were conservatives. Now, this is where the first problem comes into play, because apparently the leftists and progressives realised that they could just vote this through and then put it to referenda, so they didn't bother talking to the conservatives.
Oh, so they were just trying to sneak it through.
Well, they just decided, well, why would we need their ideas? They're a third of the elected assembly, so why would we ask them? I was like, yeah, but you are going to ask the public, and the public aren't all commies. So...
No, not yet, Callum. Ooh.
They didn't think that one through. The text called for the legalization of abortion, gender parity in government offices. You're wondering what that is. They actually have us. The quote is, requiring by law that women hold at least 50% of all positions in official institutions.
What, you trying to tank the country or something? God.
Literal Rwanda policy. Like, if people don't know, in Rwanda, it's like the majority of seats have to be held by women or something because they decided that the genocide was done by men. So if we put women in charge, no more bad things will happen. Because women never do anything bad.
Yep.
Real logic. And the Chilean commies were like, yeah, we'll do that, but for all government institutions. So presumably, like, every department, everything that's going to be run by the state, which would also include the abolition of Chile's Senate, much democracy, and the establishment of autonomous indigenous territories within the country. That'll go well. It included a vast new protections for the environment that, according to critics, would have put the brakes on the country's lucrative copper mining industry, so everyone would be poor, and also would call for universal healthcare and the right to decent housing. So government-run housing, government-run healthcare, government-run education, they say, government-run pensions, and also a steep increase in taxes, of course, to pay for it, because we just shut down all the mining. And on the same time, all of the positions for government now have to be 50% women. Also, the Senate's abolished. That was the constitution they proposed.
Listen, I know we're used to seeing all of this sort of stuff just being thrown about over in the West. But
Yeah.
when you have it in a country that I don't know much about, Chile, but I assume they're doing okay.
They're doing better than our neighbours.
Yeah, they're doing better than their neighbours. So when you've got a country that's doing okay and you just see all of this written out like this, it's just like, are you trying to destroy the country on purpose?
Like, this is the kind of stupid nonsense like a left-wing party in Europe will propose. Just be like, oh, what if...
And then they'll just do...
Well, yeah, but like the Labour Party propose it and everyone will laugh at it, and then you got to sneak it in, leftists in Chile. You can't put it to referenda because people vote against that crap. That's the lesson you should have learned from this, that everyone else...
Yeah, what you need is real conservatives like Boris Johnson to say he won't and then push this stuff through anyway.
Yeah, your one problem was asking the people, because if you ask the people, they don't want communism. Of course, this being a terrible idea, as we saw, hugely rejected. Memes ensued. I do enjoy. I just scoured a bunch of like your Chilean accounts and different websites for looking at what their memes were, and I do love like in real time. We all have the same language to some extent, as you can see here. It's just everyone enjoying it.
Memes are a universal language.
Yeah. The leftist president of Colombia also came out to say something. He decided to give it a tweet and say Pinochet has been revived.
Don't get my hopes up.
If you insist, sir. Redo the meme, guys. Let's redo it. Let's go to the next one here. There you are.
Yeah.
He's been revived. He's now in the top right there. Bottom right as well. Just
What a giga Chad.
60% rejected. Oh, no. Commies very upset. Because if we move forward, there's also the funniest meme about all of this is Pikachu, which might not make sense. It will make sense.
Is it because it sounds a bit like Pinochet?
No, is my understanding. So this account here lists that there was this lady who used to go to the riots in 2019 dressed up as Pikachu, and it was funny. So people put her in office. So then she's there in a Pikachu outfit in the elected assembly writing the new constitution.
Okay, how to make your country seem like a joke.
Yeah, but also the document you're writing is a joke as well, so it's even funnier. And then if we go to the next one here, the memes made about her, goodbye. You and all your friends, I don't know how any of those people are, but it's just the fact of like, yeah, should we have a commie constitution? No, Pikachu deported.
I always knew there was something off about Pikachu.
Pikachu's a commie, we found out, lads. But if you have a last one here, this is just the last media headline about all this. The New York Times, who have suddenly decided that democracy is bad because they lost. This happens every time.
And that's how the left operates, yes. If they get their way, it's democracy. If they don't, it's fascism.
This is my favorite story about the Soviet Union, though, because you get this narrative, especially like the Soviets have been pretty good at hiding this from public knowledge, as in like, just mainstream knowledge, which is that they had the revolution, and then they had free and fair elections, and the Soviets lost. So then they just chimped out and just overthrew the country and started the civil war. And it's like, yep, that is literally how you operate.
Yes, that's right. We believe in democracy.
Yeah. So the New York Times writing in here about more things that they wanted but couldn't get in the Constitution there. The text included commitments to fight climate change and protect Chileans' right to choose their own identity. Quote, in all its dimensions and manifestations, including sexual characteristics, gender identities, and expressions. Right, so the libs of TikTok approach.
Yeah, so they've fully drank the intersectional Kool-Aid.
Like, I thought people were joking when I saw people like, this woke Chilean constitution. I was like, yeah, conservatives use that word a lot and abuse it, frankly. But then you're literally being like, yeah, so libs of TikTok got into the parliament and wrote this.
As a joke. She was dressed in a Pikachu outfit. It was insane.
Like, they're asking not to be in power by doing any of this. They want to be out of power. It's their natural place.
I mean, they shouldn't be.
Yeah. And then they put this to the public, and the public were like, are you retarded? Just Brian Blessed moment. They also say in here that they granted rights to nature. I don't know what that means. And to animals, which they don't go into details.
What I imagine rights to nature means is don't cut down that tree. Imagine how much it would hurt the poor thing. And rights for animals means eat the boogs.
I'm just imagining like little like pendants you could wear. There's just like a picture of a rock, and it's like, aren't I a brother and a man?
I judged by the content of its character,
not the substance that it's made of, instead, or the lack of consciousness. Okay, I mean there you have it. Just one of the stupidest things ever put to pen. Which is, you have the right to your own gender identity, sexual characteristics. Okay, right. You're going to have people identifying as birds or rocks. Well, because that's what we have in the West.
They didn't pass, though. So
no, it didn't.
Good news.
So there we have it. The one way to stop progressivism is to put it to a vote. Is anyone listening? Put the things to a goddamn vote. They will lose every goddamn time.
Nigel Farage suggested putting net zero to a vote, a referendum. Maybe give that one a go.
Yeah, although I love what are they trying to do, these people who write this? If you have the next few links here, we can just see. I mean, they're trying to be more like us in the West. People who haven't seen this was in Britain over the weekend. TERFs can suck my huge trans cock.
Bit rapey.
This is a quote-unquote pride protest, not a rape rally. I
mean, the progressives going full on pro rape. I mean, I didn't see that one in my bingo card, but
yeah. So Pride has now turned into a rape rally, and at the rape rally, some people got together to put that one up.
And this isn't just we're not just being too hyperbolic by saying that, because remember there was that BBC article where a load of lesbians were complaining that loads of trans women had just been like, "Why won't you suck my dick?"
Well, there were also the rapes in female prisons.
There is that too.
There was also that the lesbians were actually removed from British Pride events because they, didn't want to suck the cock, which is kind of the defining characteristic of being a lesbian, I would have thought.
It's very transphobic of them.
Yeah. However, if we go to the next one here, we can see the Chileans, just also things they could take on, of course. I mean, we look on the last image there with the Pride riot shield that they're still bringing to Pride events in the UK. I mean, for the Chilean left, once the police look like this, then you'll be able to pass all that crap. That's the road you have to go down, which is just bring it in through the back door and not give it a vote. Because if it ever goes to a vote, the public will reject it en masse.
Shockingly enough, for what's supposed to be a public institution, I don't feel particularly represented by this image.
No, the police turning up with riot gear they're going to beat you with political colours on, to say the least.
Because I refuse to use the je pronouns.
But aren't I cake gender? I mean, we laugh, but this is the state of the West. I mean, if you were going to describe the West, this is what you end up showing.
The only one that I would ever go along with was that absolute nutter saying that she was a clown self or clown person. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll identify the rest of you that way as well if you want.
I feel your sister. You certainly are.
Yep.
Until that day, the Chileans are still free from any of this nonsense, and they're having some fun, to say the least. Just before we go to the next one here, just another meme I saw that was absolute gold. Can't translate any of that because I don't speak Sunken Armada.
No, I can translate it. It means hose mad.
You have it there. The referendum on the constitution under Pinochet, in which Pinochet wins, and then the constitution that the left has put forward, in which they are crying and salty because they lost.
I do love that there's still a real groundswell of support in Chile for Pinochet. They're just like, yes, return to tradition.
Well, look, I mean, you can criticize Pinochet. I mean, you can try, but the thing is, like, you compare to what is always the question whenever it comes to any country. I mean, like, you compare, stuff going on in X country and you compare it to the old regimes, right? And it's like, well, we have these people who are actually mad, and then we have Pinochet, who is just a bit cruel.
Just a little bit. just a smidge.
It's like, yeah, well, the crazy people, like, at least Pinochet is coherent, in which he's like, yeah, so this country is not going to be communist. I mean that. I really do. And, well, that's understandable. Have a nice day. Whereas these guys, not understandable. But I suppose until that day, we shall always have the General Pinochet song, which apparently a lot of people don't know. So I thought, if you can just play this, and we'll play us out on this beautiful memorandum. Salute some chat, boys.
I still stand by the idea that Pinochet should have come out on rolling on a ball doing juggling to this. I hope this isn't a copyright. The stream taken down. What's he going to do? Back on the dead source. I mean, if he could, he would. Because the thing is, like, I did see a whole bunch of other memes. I wasn't able to find them just in reference to this, in which there were people from the left being like, Pinochet did this to us. Look how he's poisoned the public to be against us still. And then it's just Wojaks of Pinochet being like, dude, I've been dead for 15 years. Like, I can't do anything to you. You are just retarded on your own merits. No, Pinochet's ghost haunts them, as he rightly should.
If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as this premium article from Noel Yaxley, with an audio track for silver and gold tier members as well. If you want to find out what else we're putting out on Getter, you can follow us on Getter, of course, at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.